Hello. How you doing? I'm just kind of reacquainting myself with Bloodborne because it's been a while. How you doing? Is your name actually Thomas? You don't seem like a Thomas. Yeah, I got that. Can you hear me? I feel like I missed some guys here. There you are, hi. Can you hear the music too? Are you aware that I'm doing Lady Gaga while I play Bloodborne? I can see your messages. It's weird that you can. Is that what the problem is? You're not able to see your own messages? It's a little scary to take on the werewolves right now. I am not leveled at all.
Hey, Sozzy.
Hello. I suppose it makes more sense to just fucking talk to you instead of have you type.
Yeah, considering there's about a 50-second delay.
Anywho, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I just woke up. I'm currently waiting for my phone to charge before I head out. You want to play some Divinity later? I'm thinking of streaming it again. I'm thinking doing a stream today. I didn't do it yesterday,
Yeah,
but
it's possible. I'm kind of practicing Bloodborne because I was going to stream later today. My brother wanted to watch me stream some games, so there's going to be fighting games, possibly either Dark Souls or Bloodborne. But I hadn't played.
It's not like you can't stream Divinity with me.
That's true. I don't know if he'd be very interested in Divinity though. When we hung out, he would always just kind of like drink with me and watch me play Souls games. So it's kind of a nostalgia thing.
I can always re-download Dark Souls 3 too.
Yeah, I feel like I would rather play Bloodborne than Dark Souls, but if he wants to see Dark Souls 3, like he had mentioned that he didn't even know that there was a 3 and he hasn't seen or heard anything about it.
Ooh. We could show him the hell that is, you know, hell.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, I don't love Dark Souls 3 like I do 1 and 2, but it has a lot of good boss fights and set pieces, I think. I just think like as a cohesive whole it's not as great as 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's a little easier to get into.
Yeah, I think it does nail a lot of like the character customization and like the weapons and stuff. Like I do like the weapon arts system. I think they could have done more with that than they did, but like it's a cool idea.
But yeah, no, so yes, my name is Thomas, by the way.
You don't seem like a Thomas. But for equality, I don't know. It's like I think I only know Thomas or Tomai on the internet. I don't think I've ever been acquainted with a real life Thomas.
What am I, shop lover?
I think you're still like technically an internet friend. I don't think that's a bad thing. I literally only have internet friends these days.
Oh, what a met here.
Hey,
Like,
there ain't nothing wrong with that.
I don't go out.
Hey, you're a no.
Neither do I.
Still, what's
I'm too much of a physical mess to do like anything
what are
really.
you in a hunt? What are you
It's just like
in a
let's
hunt?
go to a club. It's like okay, let's see.
is in a hunt?
Let's take bets on how fast I get a panic attack. It's like no, thank you.
Hey, give me 1 second. I will be right back.
Mm-hmm. Summertime, summertime sadness.
Alright, I'm back.
Yellow.
I should also mention, you have nobody but yourself to blame for getting me into Divinity.
I mean, I suppose that's true, but if you're having fun, it's not so much a bad thing. Just don't let it affect your streaming obligations. Like, just integrate your, I say, just integrate your addiction into your streaming, and then everybody wins.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the plan, but it also, you have to, like, the reason why I say that is because now I just like, you're gonna hear me say, hey, do you want to play some Divinity?
Yeah, I'm down. As long as you got that save with my badass dwarf, I'm happy.
Which, by the way, I played a little bit more, and we all died.
Oh.
In the ship. There's an area in the ship that is terrible.
Ah.
It's like a hidden, like, mini boss fight where these two, like, grim, like, I don't know what you call them.
Is it like the same as the Shriekers?
No, not the Shriekers. Like, there's two enemies that you have to fight. And they're on a really small confine, so it's not really easy. But they have like 300 health minimum.
Yeesh.
Yeah, do you remember that big rogue guy in the, that final, the boss fight we had?
Yeah.
On the ship? Yeah, there's two of those there.
Oh.
But, unlike the last one where he was really far away, we're really close, and they do a lot of melee damage.
That's no good. I think maybe that's something we're gonna have to tackle, like, later.
Oh yeah, no. It was a hidden compartment, so this is like a hidden room.
A secret boss. Metal Gear.
Having fun with rats.
Oh yes. Threaded cane makes short work of them. But I did just get my favorite stepdaughter, the saw spear. Please stop shooting me. Please stop shooting me. Ow! I got shredded.
I don't like, I'm not a giant fan of Bloodborne, because I don't like the weapons, and the fact that there's, like, guns involved.
That's interesting. Like, there are some things that could be made better about it, that, like, you know, if I had 48 hours of directorial control over a new patch or something like that, like, I think some interesting, good tweaks could be made, but still, it's probably my favorite game. Like, well, at the very least, it's my favorite game to come out in like the last 5 years.
For me, I don't know. It's just like when it comes to like Bloodborne, I'm so used to like Souls games, you know, set more medieval. That's one of the reasons why I won't play Remnant, because I don't. It doesn't feel right to me that, you know, like, guns.
It kind of works. Like, Immortal Unchained does it too, and that's a game that more people should talk about because it's very interesting. But Immortal Unchained does, like, Gun Souls, and it feels very, very Dark Souls. Like, they captured a lot of the feel of playing something like Demon Souls, even. Like the way the gunplay works, it feels integrated very well.
I don't know. For me, it's an aesthetics thing.
Yeah.
I don't like the way the weapons like feel.
Yeah. I really like the kind of like steampunk dystopia aesthetic that.
Like I like the look of it, but I know I just don't like the feel of it. Like the whole gameplay doesn't. I don't know. That's just me.
I don't know. I played so much of it that like got I got just like this perfect feel for how everything is, and I just kind of like, maybe it's a Stockholm Syndrome thing because I did all the Chalice dungeons and everything. Like I got the platinum trophy, so
Well,
I feel like
honest,
I had to love it.
I'm sitting on like New Game Plus 9 on Dark Souls 3 for one of my characters.
Yeah, Dark Souls 3 is the one that just like doesn't work for me, like, because there's things I like about it. Like I like how they do like magic and character stuff and stats, and like I like the crunchy numbers end of it, but I hate basically every area. And bosses have too much fucking health. I feel like a lot of it leaned too much into like that marketing thing of just like, oh, Dark Souls is hard, la la la.
I've never really had that issue. Like for
And
me,
like,
I think Dark Souls 3 is the easiest out of them.
yeah, I think it has a lot more bullshit enemies and bosses than the other ones do.
I mean, I guess to each their own, right?
Yeah, like I like the Irithyll area. I'll give it that. Like that has a really fun aesthetic, and the enemies aren't horrible. Everything past like Irithyll dungeon is fucking boring and stupid. Like I hate that whole area that where you like before you fight Yorm the giant.
My favorite area is actually the second DLC. I love the Ring City.
I hate it.
Why?
The bosses are fucking bad.
Really? I love the bosses.
It has just like a lot of dumb shit. Like that area that has like the ghost archers.
That's the mechanics. That's the mechanics thing. Like once you get the mechanics better, it's not that bad.
It's not even that it's that bad. It's just like I feel like Dark Souls 3 has a lot of things that are just like arbitrarily designed to kill you with no warning, just to like make a point about how the game is hard. So it's just like you get killed by it once and then you bypass it every time, but it's still just, then it just feels like it's a kind of arbitrary gimmick. Like, I don't know, that's what I get out of the game. That's what I feel about it. There's a lot of aesthetic things that are fucking great about it though. Like, I like my wide-brimmed hat and bird mask. I like Uria's armor set.
It's the only game where I play a male character.
I forgot that guy was there, and somehow my parry reflex did not activate. Oh, you want to go, boy? Spear fight. Yeah, okay, got some clothes.
But yeah, no, like Dark Souls is the only game where I can play a male character and I don't feel weird about it. Because I always play female characters in every game I play. Like, if it gives me the option, I'll play a female character over a male character. But with aesthetically, Dark Souls just doesn't work for female characters.
I'm kind of interested to hear your reasoning. Is it just Dark Souls 3 specifically, or Dark Souls?
It's just Dark Souls. Like, it's because of, like, how I generally play, hollowing and everything. It's just like, and then like the gear itself, like the female gear, a lot of it just doesn't look good. There's not as much of it. Like for me, I I don't like the look of really big, pillowy, you know, billowy stuff, you know?
Ah.
And a lot of it's like the old-time Puritan style clothing, and it's just, man.
I think a lot of the straight-up armor looks great.
Oh yeah, no, and that's one of the reasons why I like the male character. Like I played as a male character, because you get that. There's a lot of the armor that looks great, and the difference between male and female when you're wearing like heavy armor like that, does it really matter? Yeah, they didn't do a really good job of doing male and female profiles.
I don't know, I think there's something to the criticism of, like, female armor should be practical.
Oh, I have no, like, by no means am I saying, like, oh, the women need, you know, like, women characters need, like male bikinis
the booby plate.
Yeah, I'm not saying that at all, like, there's a way to get armor to look feminine while still being very much armor.
I think there's a,
you know?
I think there's like a kind of a good mixture in most of the Souls games of kind of like feminine armor and kind of, I would say like maybe unisex armor.
Yeah,
there's some armor that's like pretty feminine, but you don't like the billowy stuff too. Like there's that cleric NPC lady who like does fights with you and you have to kill her grandpa or whatever. She's got a really cool like kind of feminine. She's got a really cool like pretty feminine armor set.
Yeah, well, not to mention like once
there's also the dancer set. Yeah, I wear a hood or a weird hat a lot mostly.
Well, it comes down to like a lot of it, or like a lot of that stuff. It doesn't feel right, I guess. And just like the looks of like the character after, you know, you played a little bit, you've done. Like, unless you play Dark Souls and you don't die, you look like a fucking... Get that ham.
Yeah, plumbing the depths of the ham.
Yeah, that's how far back we are, by the way. I am on the stream.
That's not too far.
I said it's only about 50 seconds or so. But
not even that. I'd say it's under 30. It didn't take me a minute to kill that pig, so... Tell me when I get to the top of the ladder.
And you're here.
Yeah, that's about 30 seconds.
Out of curiosity, why did you choose YouTube over Twitch?
Twitch was giving me a lot of grief for some reason. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know what it was, but it wasn't like when I would start streaming, it wasn't actually posting my stream.
That's weird.
If I looked at it on my phone or my iPad, it would say I wasn't streaming, and people would say that they couldn't see it or couldn't find it.
Huh.
It's like they just ghosted me or shadow banned me or something, and I have no reasonable grounds to make a theory or accusation as to why, so I'm just like, you know what, I'll just set it up on a different thing. And YouTube does me the, oh my god, I'm dirty as fuck. You'll see in the elevator.
Oh, I can see you right now, like, you're pretty bad.
I'm covered in, like, blood and shit. Like, head to toe. I need to clean up.
That's why I don't... That's another reason why I can't play like Dark Souls and stuff. It's just like,
you just
I
like,
don't know, the world just seems dirty.
Do you feel bad making them suffer or something?
I don't know. It's an
Well,
aesthetic thing.
I feel like
it's very-
I feel like it's a good horror movie thing almost, like the final girl in a horror movie.
I don't know. Like I said, it's just an aesthetics thing for me. Like the Souls games are very much like they don't feel. I don't know. They don't feel and look like.
I would argue
Something
that
like
it kind of like makes more sense if you're assuming that like Dark Souls, the Dark Souls setting is basically like medieval post-apocalyptic. So if you take into consideration that like most civilizations in that game or whatever would probably have more men in their standing armies and such, it would seem like most of the men had probably died. Like there's going to be like a surplus of dudes. There's going to be a surplus of women who have no resources and nothing better to do than to grab their dad's armor set and go out into the world, like Mulan style.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of like a way I would look at it. I need insight.
I don't know. It's just me. But for every other game, I play female. I don't know why. Well, I mean, I know why I play female characters over male characters in a lot of games. Just simply because I'm a guy, and if I'm gonna sit there and watch like a character for 13, 15 hours, like potentially 8 hours at a time, you know, or more. Yeah, I'd rather be looking at a female than a male, and on top of that,
I've heard that reasoning a lot, and I think like behind it, there's kind of like an interesting thought of like people who identify with their character versus people who kind of like distance themselves with their characters. Like this is another entity I control, rather than like being in their character's mindset or whatever.
yeah, I'm either or really, but the biggest thing is that it's also like the more bigger part of it is that devs tend to take better care with their modeling for females than males in a lot of games.
I don't necessarily believe that, because I think there's an argument that goes either way. Like, you had that thing with Assassin's Creed Unity where like the devs literally tried to say that making female animations was too hard, so they wouldn't have playable females in multiplayer, which was like total bullshit because they had women characters in all of their fucking multiplayer games before. Like they did it 3 times at least when that whole thing happened. It's like, because like a lot of devs and players just kind of see like white male as the default.
Yeah, I don't know. It's for me, it's a weird thing. It's just like I have.
Hello, good hunter.
I like
good
the
hunter.
look of a lot of
I am
female
honorable,
characters
and
in
I
games
will
versus the male counterparts. Like,
Very well.
and it really does have to do, like, if I'm seriously going to be sitting, you know, for 8 hours at a time, I would rather be looking at a female ass than a male ass.
If that is your prerogative. Live your truth.
May you find
Okay, I got some stamina mana. Let me see if I can fortify anything. I have 7 blood shards.
Does your brother, I'm assuming your brother doesn't live anywhere close to you or something, that's why you stream it?
He's not super far. He's like an hour drive away.
Ah.
But I used to live with him. Probably just gonna keep using my saw spear, to be honest. So.
But I think I finally figured out in Divinity before I got off, before like I hard shut down the game after like the party wiped, Like right before the party wiped, I just like hard shut. I was like, all right, you know what? Fuck it, I'm getting off as well. But I think I figured out how to open, or how to get the ship moving.
I made the character to be like a Linda Hamilton-esque.
Oh, you're talking about
in Bloodborne, like.
You look like a, with the exception of that, that thing over your shoulders, with that hat, you look like, the female pirate assassin from Assassin's Creed.
I remember her.
I mean, think about
she
it.
was great.
Yeah, without the, because you're like without that coat over your coat or whatever that's on your shoulders. I don't know what you call that. Like it's not really a cloak because it doesn't go that far.
It's like a shawl because she's an old
Yeah.
lady.
Yeah. Without that, like I think you would look a lot better. But obviously, I know you can't separate that from your coat.
Yeah, the short cape is a weird Victorian thing that actually existed, but people wore some really weird shit sometimes. So.
Well, I mean that's up for debate like that's fashion sense for everybody. Like because let's be honest. I mean, you had the '60s.
Yeah, and then
you
like
had the '90s.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if people's just eyes worked differently. Like, if you look at like '70s fashion magazines and you see people wearing those like bell-bottom high-waist pants and like this giant belt buckle and like the pants are just long green and white stripes. It's just like, how can you look at that and think magnifique?
Yeah, you know, but then you also have like Protestant times, and then you got that shit. It's like I've always been very much a you know, comfort over fashion type thing.
That would probably explain your aversion to capes.
Oh, I don't mind capes, but they need to be like.
If it's a magic cape, if it's a Doctor Strange cape, then yeah, sure.
To be honest, no. I prefer you know, old time cloaks, like you know, hooded cloaks.
Hell yeah. Bird got in the way.
I'll say this: cloaks I'm okay with. Capes not as much. Because the head's not covered. I don't know why. Aesthetically,
Why is he not parrying? Why is my life difficult today?
But for me though, it's
Ow.
But for me, when it comes down to it, it's like in real life versus like game, it's comfort over like fashion for a lot of it. It's like 95% of the time I wear one of like 5 things. I wear t-shirts, I wear like athletic shorts, sleeping pants, or I wear jeans. It's cold. Or sweats. Like I don't really buy, you know, like, and I wear like comfy like Levi jeans. I don't, or no, like I wear like comfy like Wranglers. Like I wear the cheap Walmart shit. I wear like in my t-shirts like on primarily like I wear like white undershirts.
I think I own like two pairs of jeans. I have a lot of pajama pants and like just sort of comfort shorts. I don't know what you would call them.
Oh, no, like I feel it. Like I'm in the same way. Like, I don't really have too many things that are more fashion based. Like I wear, like I have some, like my other things that I wear. Like I have some nice looking clothes and stuff that I wear when the occasion calls for it.
Yeah,
But
I used
90%
I
of the
used to
shit I
like
wear,
dressing
like,
up,
I
but
appreciate.
I used to like dressing up, but my anxiety got so bad, and I don't know where my dress clothes are anymore.
Yeah, for me, like the majority of my closet,
And it can be
shirts.
kind of like existentially dangerous to go shopping for girl clothes when you're trans in Arizona.
Oh, yeah. I can sympathize with that. No, sympathize is the wrong word. Empathize. I can't really sympathize. I
Yeah,
can empathize.
I'll take it, but yeah, I've got internet friends that send me clothes and makeup and stuff too, so
Oh, that's cool.
I love them.
I mean, hey, there is Amazon. But, you know, when you're dealing with, I've always heard, you know, clothes shopping online is
Yeah, it can be. There's like a lot of things about the clothes they don't tell you. And I've just like completely spaced on properly fighting the cleric beast.
I just noticed you got,
It-
destroyed by that
I just
cleric
got I just got fucking murked. Okay, let's do that and actually try paying attention.
I'm surprised. That's another thing I don't like. Like, it's another thing about Bloodborne that doesn't feel right with me. Like, once you die, instead of like, you're incentivized not to fight everything again. You're incentivized just to run past it. I don't know. It's just me. Like, it
I
just seems
suppose.
like.
I mean, if you don't fight stuff, you don't level up. So.
But yeah, but to get back, like, there's not. I don't know. Like, it seems like the like I like the bonfire system from Dark Souls, where you know they're kind of like checkpoints.
Yeah.
Whereas here, I don't know. It's just like everything seems way too.
Yeah, there really aren't a lot of lanterns, are there?
No, it's like it's gonna take you what, 2-3 minutes? No, because it's right beyond that door. You've been going. You've been. I don't know. It's just.
I feel like Dark Souls 3 had a little too many bonfires, though. Like, there are a lot of situations where you can see a bonfire from a bonfire.
From a bonfire, yeah. Oh no, there's 3 bonfires after you fight the Dragon Slayer armor. Because you got, because yeah, no, I fully agree with that one. I never said Dark Souls 3 was hard. Like, they kind of set it up to be a more approachable Dark Souls versus, like, 1 and 2.
Yeah. There's trade-offs. I still think bosses have too much health, so it's just kind of like once you figure out how to beat the boss, it's just kind of tedious.
Slugfest, yeah. I'll agree with that one. Especially when you get in, like, the New Game Plus.
I think I've only just done 2 Game Plus 1. Oh god. I'm getting super plugged.
What were you saying? You've only done 1 Game Plus 1 on the
Yeah. I've kind of created a problem for myself where my main Bloodborne character is like level 200, but I'm in like New Game Plus 4, and my level 200 might as well be 20 because everything is so fucking awful.
Yeah, that's the same way I am with my Dark Souls. I'm at like 300, and I'm in New Game Plus 8.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how it happened, but I did.
I'm just kind of at a point where it's like I was trying to do Old Hunters DLC on the stream on New Game Plus 4. New Game Plus 4 Ludwig is a motherfucker. It's just this shrieking horse that one-shots you no matter what he does.
So you have to be like
Yeah, it's very, very punishing.
Have you
I've beaten 2 of the 3 DLCs, which are basically new game plus difficulty.
No shit. Oh my god.
The fight with Maria is awesome and also really so fucking hard. I had to pull out every dumbass trick to do that fight, and that made it more satisfying. Lord Hunter badge.
Congratulations, you beat the cleric beast.
I'm going to celebrate by stuffing all of those souls into my face. Or I'm sorry, blood echoes.
Yeah, I love it because instead of in Rita on Neo, we say souls too. Because it's just like we've been trained by
Yeah, we have been inoculated by 9 years of Souls games. I'm not sure when Demon Souls came out. Demon Souls was like 2009 or some shit, right?
Very well.
Yeah, it was a way back.
Yeah, it just kind of came out and people just sort of ignored it. It was like very, very sad that it had a very small cult following.
Oh, apparently Dungeon Defenders just got a big update.
Oh, interesting.
Farewell, good.
I could always, I could always stream. I guess I would call it you playing Dungeon Defenders and me shooting things.
Yeah.
Me shooting at the things while you play Dungeon Defenders.
Well, I mean, like with all that gear I gave you, that helped you out a lot.
Yeah. I think there's a thing in Dungeon Defenders too where I just kind of like with tower defense in general, like there's a point where my eyes start to glaze over. Like when after I've spent several minutes setting up defenses, I'm just like, fuck. And then I forget things, and then if like the defenses fall apart, like because I'm not in any sort of overhead command view, I don't immediately know where to go, and I panic, and everyone dies.
I don't know, like when it comes to tower defense and like castle defense games and stuff, like I love them enough that it's just like I played a crap ton of them. I like them. I don't know, it's me.
Yeah, it wasn't like Orcs Must Die shut down, but that was kind of tower defensey.
Oh man, it was just essentially it was a grid-based Dungeon Defenders. That's all it really. That's the only difference. Like you can't just place traps anywhere. Like you had to place them on a grid. It made it easier to, like, not to mention like instead of like shields and stuff like in Dungeon Defenders, where enemies like wail on them, like in Orcs Must Die, shields were meant to reroute enemies, because unless you were like on it or around it or something, enemies wouldn't hit the barriers. They just walk around them. So you'd use the barriers as a routing system versus as like a blocking system, you know?
Yeah. I'd be down with playing some. Let me see what time it is. Fuck. I might be down with playing some Dungeon Defenders with you. I kind of want to stream a couple fighting game fights, just because I really want to hit something first.
I have 41 minutes until I can, because I'm watching your stream or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Dungeon Defenders has a 9 gig update. I'm at 4 gigs right now.
Oh dear
God. If I
God.
stop watching, it'll take a lot less.
Oh, but stream hangout.
On top of that, I'm cooking a hamburger. I take garlic bread